We're about to get into it. We're going to talk about the right strategy. Principle number 4 to the 5 basic principles of change, basically behavior change. Principle number 4 is right strategy. So in order to fill in your blank, I'm about to give you the definition of a strategy. So it's a specific plan, that first blank is plan, of action designed, it's the second blank, the word designed, to achieve a goal. All right. So a strategy is a specific plan of action to achieve a goal. So there's a difference between process goals and product goals. Process goals are the little tiny goals that you are trying to achieve daily or bi-weekly, like we're doing, in order to reach your final product goal of, let's say, weight loss or feeling good or whatever the case is. But you have to go through a process. If you don't go through and understand the process, then you may reach the goal, but the goal is not going to be able to be lived in, because I don't know what process happened for me to reach that goal. So it's like, just like me trying to put together something. I have an instruction manual that shows me the process so I can get to this final thing. If I don't take the patience and go through the process, then the product, yeah, it may turn out how I wanted to, but I don't know how to redo that again. So just in case a person falls off the wagon, which happens in life because life happens, they can get back on if they understand the process. So that's why we're giving you a bi-weekly process. You want to see how this strategy is great for you all. But okay, so a strategy is a specific plan of action designed to achieve a goal. So before we get started, I ask you just to think about this. My goal is to get in for these next 2 weeks either 3 to 5 servings of healthy fats, or try to get in 1 serving with every meal. You can get in more or less or whatever. So I'm not really worried about, I know a lot of you all are great because y'all starting to think about portion size and stuff like that, and we teach that. That's going to be great, especially for our very last habit. But I'm just trying to make sure that you're getting the education on what is a healthy fat and make sure you're getting it in, or what is a lean protein and make sure you're getting it in. And I'll show you portion sizes. If you tend to overeat right now, that's okay. Down the road, we'll learn how to put things in portion sizes, okay? But well, I ask you this, what is your strategy or your plan that you have on a daily basis to get in your healthy fats, to get in your lean proteins, to get in your colorful fruits and veggies, and to get in your smart carbs? Don't think you're going to stumble on health. Don't think I'm going to go to work, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to work a 12-hour shift, and I'm going to be dead tired, and I'm going to just stumble into healthy fats. Oh, man, that's great. My boss got healthy fats just laid on the table for me. I mean, my boss, I love him to death, but I don't think he that nice. He going to just be, here you go, Maksud. I heard you was eating healthy, so let me lay out healthy fats. It don't really work like that. So in order for you to achieve your goal, you got to have a plan. So what is your plan to get in healthy fats? Think about that. If you don't have a plan, okay, we can construct a plan. What is your plan to get in lean protein? You are not going to accidentally get to being healthy. It just doesn't work like that. You got to have a plan. So what is your plan? If you don't have a plan, it's good for you to start thinking about what your plan is, because you need a plan. You need a strategy. You need something that is designed for you to reach your goal. This is a process goal. That means, like I said before, these are little goals that are going to equal a big achievement at the very end, but we got to get these goals. So what is your goal to get in each food group, like we've been going over? All right. So after I give you the definition of a strategy, which is a specific plan of action designed to achieve a goal, so the next question may be, how do I develop a strategy? Okay, how do I literally develop a strategy? Because we can talk strategy all day long, but if we don't know how to develop a strategy, then talk is cheap. We were just doing a whole bunch of talking and we ain't getting nothing done. Without a strategy, you're not going to really get something done. Or if you get it done, you're just not going to know how to repeat it again. Okay, so number one, it says we have to, number one is define, that blank is define the problem and the goal. So how do I develop a strategy? I have to first define the problem and the goal, because I have to know what I am attacking. If I don't know what if I don't know what the problem is, if I don't know what the goal is, how do I know what type of strategy to even put together? So number one, you have to define the problem and the goal. Identifying the problem and the goal gives us clarity. All right. So it allows us to understand what we are even doing here. So it allows you to define the problem. So let's say if my problem is nutrition. Remember, we talked about last week, get more specific. Okay, well, specifically, my problem is overeating, or specifically, my problem is getting in healthy fats, or specifically, my problem is getting in lean protein. What is the problem when it comes to nutrition specifically? And what's the goal? What are you trying to? Well, I'm trying to get in lean protein because I want to speed my metabolism up. Or I'm trying to become healthy so I can live longer, or I can weigh a certain weight, or whatever. So you got to, in order to develop a good strategy, you have to define the problem, and then you have to define the goal. You can use this in business, you can use this in marriage, you can use this in anything. You got to define what the problem is, and then you have to define what the goal is. And when you get that, then you can put together a strategy to attack this problem to achieve this goal. Number two, you got to count the cost. My man Jesus said it best, baby. You got to count the cost. So number two is count. Count the cost. The purpose of counting the cost is to see whether this problem is worth solving and is the goal worth achieving. This is going to determine whether you give maximum effort or not. Because if you don't believe that the nutrition problem or the weight problem or the health problem is even worth it, it's no point of putting together a strategy. So you got to sit back. You got to say, all right, now I'm trying to do this thing. Okay, it's going to cost me effort. It's going to cost me energy. I'm going to have to think. I'm going to have to switch up my schedule. And I think one of the next points will be in on that. But I have to say, okay, I have to start switching up some things so I can, is it worth all that? Oh man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, it ain't even worth that. So a person has to count the cost, but if a person believes that it's worth it, what I tell you at the very beginning, a changed mind is one of the most powerful things you can have. A changed mind is what we would call repentance. So a changed mind is one of the most powerful things you can have. Once you count that cost and say, yes, this problem of my health or my nutrition is worth it. Man, I'm willing to put in the extra brain power, put in the extra hour. I'm willing to seek advice. I'm willing to make changes. Once you do that, then you can develop a strategy. But if you don't believe it's worth it, your strategy that you develop is going to be like a half-hearted or a double-minded strategy, and it won't work. Okay, so you got to count the cost and see, is it worth it, so you won't waste your time and money and energy and resources in achieving this thing. So I count the cost. Number two. Number three, you have to shift your focus. How do I develop a strategy? I have to shift my focus. Okay, so your focus tells you where to direct your efforts so you have no wasted movements. Okay, so if let's say if Walmart was the only healthy store in the nation, why would I waste my time going to Bueller's? I'm just wasting time. So when you don't shift your focus so that all your attention can be geared towards achieving this goal, then you won't be able to develop an effective strategy to reach your goal. All right. So what is a focus? A focus is a clear vision. Okay, this is what I envision. I envision myself healthy. And you got to really do this. I envision myself healthy, strong, playing with Daniel for 17 years. Wow. And is Daniel worth that? Man, is my health worth that? Is my wife worth that? I have to really start thinking about, is it worth that? So when I say, yes, it is, Maksu, okay, shift your focus now. You might can't hang out with the fellas going to get beer and wings and and stuff like that no more. You can't overeat. You might can't sneak food. You might, because my focus has to shift, right? Now I got a clear vision. Now something else has become the center of my attention. Now I have to, so when something becomes, that's what you focus on, it becomes an anchor in your life. It keeps you in place. It holds you down. It makes you get that sniper like vision, like, man, this is the only thing I see is my goal. Only thing I see is my goal. So I have to shift my focus. Yes, life is tough. Work is tough. Everything's busy. Like everything is just so jacked up in the world right now. But that does not mean I can't be healthy. It will even be a greater testimony through that you're being healthy, not getting sick. Like that's going to just speak volumes to what you had to fight through. Think about your character that's going to be built, because you mean I'm not, man, my day was crappy, but I got standards. My day was crappy, but I was aware of when I used to drive home from them factories, I used to eat that Burger King every night because I'm stressed out for work. That I became aware that that was not getting me my goals at all. So my focus had to shift. I need to get healthy. There's no way I can be a personal trainer or preach health if I'm driving past Burger King every night, or I'm getting Reese cups, or from sneaking food, or if I'm not being healthy. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to shift my focus so that my focus can be goal driven. I have to shift it to my goal. All right. Then I can truly develop a strategy. If I have no focus, what is my strategy even going to be? What's the center of my attention then? All right. Number 4, and the reason why I say that, because they're okay. Like I always say, I believe a person's relationship with God is more important than health. But what I'm saying is health affects every single thing. So it's not like, oh, well, health can't be the center of my attention because I got to work, or because I got a husband, or because no. Okay. So if you become unhealthy, guess what? You can't go to work. If you become unhealthy, I can't be the husband I want to be because I'm always feeling down and bad, or I can't be the father I want to be because I'm always feeling like crap. So your health is, hey man, it's more important than that stuff, because you need your health to function optimally. I can be a great husband if I'm strong and healthy. I ain't gotta be the biggest person in the world. I'm not going for that. But I need to be at my optimal health because I just feel better. I feel more confident. I feel more in control of my life when I'm healthy. Number 4, what are the roadblocks? That's the first blank. The second blank is and hindrances to my goals. So in order to how do I develop a strategy? I have to figure out what are the roadblocks and hindrances to my goal. So a lot of people start putting together strategies, but they never sit down and be like, okay, now I do work 10 hours. All right, so that can be a hindrance. My time management not the best. Man, my schedule is crazy. I got kids' events. Man, I don't even know how to eat. Like these things, I have to consider all of this when I'm going into developing a strategy to reach a goal. If I ignorantly, and ignorance is not a bad word, it just means lack of knowledge or being simple, just not really considering. If I go into developing a strategy or reaching a goal and I haven't looked at all the hindrances that can come, when something catches me off guard, it's going to set me back. But I know I got to work 10-hour shifts. I know my day is busy. I know I got kids and events. I know I got a wife that needs me face-to-face time with me. I know I got a God that I got to serve. I know I got all this stuff. So what I have to do is I have to identify those roadblocks and identify those hindrances, and I got to do something about it. I can't just say, oh my God, well, my kids' events and this and that. No, okay, well, sit down and schedule. That's why you got us for it. Like, we're like here. Like, you can literally say, hey, man, I want to call you. There's some accountability. I want to sit down. I want to just schedule some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, because I need to schedule for meal prepping. I need to schedule for how I'm going to get this food in. I need to schedule for maybe, can you help me budget or blah, 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 whatever the case is, because I have to figure out. So if one of my roadblocks is like finances, okay, well, reach out to your accountability coaches like us. We'll teach you about cheaper protein, cheaper carb. Like you can get through it. Look, I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't got enough money, but I'm healthy. I ain't got a lot of money, okay? All y'all listen to me got more money than me, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, I have a strategy, you know what I'm saying? So once you got a strategy, you don't need a lot. You just need the will and the drive and the perseverance, and you need the awareness, you need the standards, you need the beliefs, and put that strategy together, and you can be successful. So figure out what is my hindrance time management? Is my hindrance lacking knowledge? Is my hindrance my kids, my spouse? Is my hindrance all these social gatherings I go to? Okay, don't think you're going to accidentally get healthy. I keep repeating that. Health does not come on accident. I have to take all that stuff into account. All right. Number five. Number five, the blank is a plan of action. So how do I develop a strategy? I have to have a plan of action. So I got to be like, okay, so what should my plan be? That's the last part of it, is putting together a strategy, because a strategy is a specific plan of action designed to achieve a goal. So now I got to have a plan. So a plan, if you see them 4 bullet points, it has to be well thought out, simple to implement. I can't say, well, I want to get healthy, so I'm going to cut out all sugar, all this, all that. Remember, we talked about last week that all or nothing mentality usually gets you nothing. And many people, when they first try out and try to become healthy, they fail because they have that all or nothing mentality. It's not, I'm doing all right, or I'm doing, no, that's not true. You always get nothing when you go for all or nothing mentality. The reason why is because no one's perfect. That's why you can't get all, because no one's perfect. But we teach you to be consistent, not mediocre, not lukewarm. That's not consistent. We teach you to be consistent. The most successful people usually do their habits 80 to 90% of the time. That means they're not perfect, but they're reaching their goal because they have high standards and they're keeping them percentages up of them doing what the plan is, what the strategy is. It has to be simple to implement. And that's what our program is. We're saying, look, we're not going to change every single thing. We're not going to put too hard on you. Take it at a time. Let's start with one food group at a time. And don't get a week or week and a half of struggling. Reach out to us day 2. I'm struggling to get this in. Day 3, I shouldn't be out to chase you down. Hey, man, where you at? You struggling? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Be like, hey, Sue, man, I'm struggling a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm busy as a mug. So, but holler at your boy. And, man, like, we live to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like this, our life is helping you all out, because we want to make it as simple as possible for you all, you know. We'll give you a list, recipes, ideas. Look, and we've been known to do that. Look, if you want us to come drop you off, so I'll drop you off a peanut butter sandwich. You want some healthy fats? You know what I'm saying? Where you work at? So then it has to be realistic, okay? Like, I can't be like 50 years old and my goal be like, look, I'm gonna try to play in the NBA. All right, that's a young man's game. All right, like, stop it. Don't do that. But your goal has to be realistic. It can't be like, all right, well, I'm never going to eat a cookie rest of my life. Then you eat a cookie, then you feel so condemned and so guilty. You do something. Now, we believe in grace here. Grace allows you to get up and keep moving. Grace don't keep you down. Grace says, look, you messed up, but that was in the past. That was 10 minutes ago. That don't mean you got to keep messing up tonight. Get up. Mercy is renewed every morning. Let's get up and let's keep going. Let's not stay in that state that we're in. And also, last thing is, it must bring, that's a big dog, girl. Last thing is, my God, it must bring you pleasure. All right. When you're putting together your plan of action, you must think, man, this is going to be fun. This is going to be exciting. 2, our goal is to bring joy back to eating. We don't want to make, oh my God, I got to eat a healthy fat. Oh my God, I got to eat. You don't have to eat nothing. All right. You're an adult. What we're saying is, choose the lean protein. If you don't like tofu, don't put that in your plan of action. All right. If you don't like red beans and rice, don't use that as your carb. If you don't like broccoli, you don't have to do it. If you like chicken, eat chicken. What's wrong with that? If you like steak, eat steak. You don't got to eat like me. You don't got to eat like Rachel. Eat like you. You like some healthy foods. You just got to do it. So that's a part of your plan of action, all right? So just a quick recap. Right strategy is very important. It's the fourth stage when it comes to the 5 basic principles of change. Without a strategy, you can believe the right thing, have the right standards, and you can have the right awareness. But if you don't have a strategy of this is how I'm going to get in this thing, all right? Oh, okay. I'm gonna get in at least 3 servings. If I miss Monday and Tuesday, that don't mean Wednesday, Thursday, Friday I have to miss. Lose that all or nothing mentality, okay? Because that gets you nothing, that leaves you stuck. Fight through that. This is a 12-week program for us to help you maneuver through the mucky waters of life and still be healthy. Because guess what? Your job ain't gonna stop. Your kids ain't gonna stop being annoying. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, Daniel, let me sleep a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? So stuff like that's not gonna happen. But can I be healthy in the midst of that? That is what we are here for. That's what we're here to help you with. And we believe we put together a cool strategy. And if you're struggling with the strategy, you have to reach out. You cannot struggle with the strategy and not reach out. If you're not reaching out, then that means you're settling you're settling. You're not struggling. Remember, a struggle is like, I'm giving max effort, I'm fighting back. But a settle is saying, oh, didn't get it in Monday. Well, didn't get it in Tuesday. Well, because you have to use max effort. I'm gonna tell you one thing, Tanya, that food, whatever you're eating, everything looks good because you are going, girl, you must have worked hard today.